And we're back. Welcome back once again to Censored Gamers Tournament. We are bringing you Game J, and this is the quarterfinals of Censored Gamers Tournament to win a triumphant prize skin and £20 worth of RP per player. It's quite nice, really. So, basically, my name is Dennis. I'll be your play-by-play caster this time round, and I'm joined by Ravenhurst here.
Yep, and I'm going to be the colour caster. I'm going to do all the entertaining, knowledgeable bits, which some players may know, some players may not. So you probably hear more of Jack than you would of me, but you'll hear more of the interesting stuff.
Oh,
no offense.
Well, thank you. So,
no problem at all.
Just passively lay down the insults on Jack as you go past, just because you can.
Walk by on the stream. Oh, this is a Censored Gamer stream, and fish slap to the face, right? And let's continue on.
So, expecting a good game out of these. We have a platinum division team basically, except for one person who's in silver 1. You disappoint me. Silver person that is in silver 1, you disappoint me good. So yeah, any change in their picking order? It looks like they are, because Free Dog left and then joined. So, yep, okay, there's relevant, and I think we're just going to start. I'm just going to say start when ready. We can start this game up and hopefully see a very good game out of some plat players.
That fearful moment when you realise that you haven't gone, and you were meant to. So well, it's going to be a fun game. Oh, 1 minute. I guess it's time to go for the toilet. What's that, guys?
So basically, bringing you this tournament will, me and Raven will be sticking with you for this game, and then we will be saying goodbye to Raven on this channel. You'll be sticking with me and a caster that is completely random. I don't know who I'm going to be having, so I could have anybody out of our little team. And basically, me and this other caster will be casting your semi-finals for you. So you can chill out, sit back, and whenever you want to, just tune into the stream, nail down in the chat, and just, well, basically have some fun while you listen to us cast this game. So we're right into the lobby here. Let's see what band they're going to pull out straight away.
I'm back. I'm so sorry about that. That's completely unprofessional, but I just really forgot to.
Yeah, did you not hear about the guy in Korea that
Oh well, it's an amateur tournament, so...
I think my league's got itself out of sync a little bit. Yes, it has. That's not good. The overlay's got itself out of sync. Oh, God.
I'll do the bans and stuff while she fixes that, though. I think we have a Shen ban and a Malphite ban. Those two bans are very, like... I want to say meta-like, but they're, like... You want to try and get rid of those tanks who have those, like, really hard, like, initiation, and... Especially with Shen. Shen, you can just save someone's life, and with Malphite, it's kind of like... Teleport in, use ult, wham. It's just so scary. You don't want to be messing around with that, really. It's honestly petrifying when you hit that. Next is the Draven. Once again, it's very meta ban, especially in the high elos, because Draven is a very good AD carry at the moment. Because that spinning axe does a lot of base damage. That base damage will honestly just ruin your day. Next ban is Ori. Ori's is either a personal ban, or is a ban directed towards a certain person. You don't normally see Ori bans, which is very strange at the moment.
And just Standard ban coming out as well. This is not a normal ban. I reckon this is very personalised bans going towards the players here. And a new ban coming out, which has become better in its own aspect, because basically Nuda got the quality of life buffs he needed to make himself exceptionally strong in the jungle, giving himself the diversity as a jungler to be unpredictable. And the first bit coming out on Lulu. Lulu's a strong support, if not one of the best supports in the game, if not my favourite support in the game, because of the fact she can go full offensive and really mess people up. And the fact that she can buff people, give people a knock up around her, give people a massive shield, has a slow that doesn't deteriorate, that goes through the entire team, speeds up, polymorphs people. It's just absolute insanity. And
yeah, Lulu is probably one of the supports in game. That slow does so much in the shield. She's honestly, I don't want to say the best support in the game, but she does her role amazingly. No one has any CSG like her. It's like a 70 or 80% slow on her Q, and a right shield, a speed up, and also a polymorph, which no other person in this game has. So that's very much a unique champion. And I'm looking at these summoner icons, and I'm thinking either something's fishy here, or they're just trolling with us, and I really hope they're just trolling.
Either they're just trolling, or we're going to see a swap out eventually. But we see Graves getting locked in there as a first pick. Obviously, maybe it's the AD carries on Purple Team's best. Maybe it's just the best AD carry for Purple Team as a personal AD carry. Or maybe they just wanted to get Graves because they feel like Graves would fit their comp perfectly. And also Jace. Jace being, instead of a bruiser, which what I feel like Riot intended him to be, he's now become a very heavy poke champion. You can still build him bruiser, but he's not as effective as he is as a poke champion. He can just sit back and shock blast through those acceleration gates, really poking down your team. You're not going to have fun against that guy. And Nasus being locked in, and a Caitlyn being locked in for MC over there. So basically, Nasus going to be the guy that, if you leave him alone during the game, you wait till 40 minutes in, that guy's going to wreck your team. He's not going to have any trouble doing it. He can build pure bulk and still get damage because he can snowball through the game. And Caitlyn having the ability to disengage and having all the long range poke she wants.
Yeah, even with a jungle Nasus, you won't like get an amazing amount of farm like you would on a solo top Nasus. But still, that's really scary because you're going to have the ultimate, which you're going to give him around about 200, 300 life points. You're going to have that charging towards you with a slow, which is pretty much one like unique, and it does a lot because it's a slow.
Well, it's a slow tenacity does not affect.
Exactly, it's honestly really scary, especially if you pick someone like a really like attack speed oriented champion such as like Vayne or something like that. You're going to really limit her movement speed. You're going to be able to shut it down, run up to her, use Wither, use your Spirit Fire to reduce her armor as well as a little bit burst, and you can just stick to her. Stuff like that is going to be like really.
You can really anger a Hecarim. You can really anger a Hecarim from doing this, and you can also basically.
She reduces damage.
Oh yeah, she has some amazing damage coming from it. I love how they got revived teleport, but yeah, Jason's the only one with a heal. He feels like being the unique one in this game. He just feels, I want to be different from the rest of the group. I'm going to take the heal.
We're either going to see a 10-minute game, or we're going to see the longest game anyone's ever seen. Because I can see them that's going to try and rush as many towers down, which is really smart. I mean, you can cheese it out. Yeah, if that gets you a win, well done. You deserved it because you did it well. But it's definitely one of these things where it's like, if you don't do it well, it's going to be a long game and you really need to start pushing yourself. So, yeah, and I'm looking at these picks, like, the 2 lock-in, or possible lock-ins. I really hope they pick them. Really, really hope, because they are 2 interesting champions.
Aatrox especially, considering he's a new champion that's come out recently, very reliant on his W and attack speed. Any attack speed slow will shut him down. That's why Nas is really good on his team. So then you don't have the fear of the uber attack speed slow, and you're just like, oh, well, I am now useless because I can't attack for shit. Ooh.
Yeah, but Aatrox and Fizz, look, you're kind of looking at 2 assassins now. You're looking at a kind of like quite tanky, but like quite heavy damage on the Aatrox, doing the attack speed, keeping his life up. And the Fizz, who everybody knows, Fizz is scary as soon as you get fed. He ease into you, and you just nuke someone down. It's really, really frightening.
At level 6, Fizz will literally decimate anybody they come up against in lane. Mainly because Fizz is a destructive force of nature who you don't want to mess with, because once that fish sticks to you, you'll never get left alone. Never. That shark will eat you, and eat you, and eat you. And if it does catch you, and you do get knocked up by that shark and you're not dead, well, expect a trident in the back of your head, because that's what's going to happen.
It's like a death mark, like, kind of like, you just packed, you are going to die in, like, 2 seconds, and you know it as well. The amount of times, like, I've played Fizz, throwing a fish at them, and they either get hit by it and then flash, where it's like, you just wasted a flash because now I can catch up to you, or it's like, they get hit by it and just stand still because they know they're not going to do it at all. And look at that, right at the last minute they
yeah, I'm really depressed. I was hoping for a very interesting game by that. Oh god, you disappoint me. I was really hoping for an interesting game where they were just going to go revive teleport and just surprise us by winning the game within 10 minutes. I would have been elated to cast that. That would have been one of the best casts I've ever done. But there you go for traditional. You cheeky buggers.
It would have been a really interesting game for you, because you would have been, like, commentating everything. For me, I'd just be sat there like, I can't say anything, he's just pushing towers.
But the team comps that have been pulled out here, I can tell that the initiation for the MC team will probably be the combination of Lulu's knock-up combined with Aatrox's knock-up, because Aatrox is just going to be able to jump in there. And obviously, because Aatrox is a bit on the squishy side, Lulu's going to have to ult him. And what happens when Lulu ults? Everyone around her gets knocked up. So you're going to jump in, knock people up, and more people are going to get knocked up, and it's just going to be a continuous chain of CC. The Caitlyn's going to be able to... We saw Caitlyn go to town last game because she was able to keep out the range of anything the team was throwing at her, because she's Caitlyn. If you're a smart Caitlyn, you'll stay out the range of anything. Aatrox,
Yeah.
high damage, very high damage. He's just the guy that can basically trade with you in lane and continue to trade or game because of that ridiculous lifesteal he has on his W and the ability to go, I can hit twice, I'm going to go ahead and lifesteal this minion. Not really, I'm going to switch my W around and do some really hard damage on your face now. And as we said, Fizz is one scary, scary champion when it comes to getting caught out by that fish. That fish... When you hear that voice, that demonic voice scream out shark at the top of its voice, or feeding time, you know it's over. That's the end for you. You're gonna die.
On the blue team, they've got a relatively smart team comp. They either done the research onto what Tenacity does and what he doesn't, or they can say, Tenacity doesn't affect knockups, and it doesn't affect Wither. So, in theory, we can make a whole team based around CC, which you can't stop. Because you have the Aatrox jumps in there, the Lulu goes ult, the Lulu ults in on the Aatrox, and then the Fizz, he's going to ult again, or that ult's going to knock people up. It's honestly a really scary team to the point where if you want to crowd up, you're going to die. But looking at on the purple side, they've got a dive team. All they want to do is poke you down, then use Zac, and then Relectin just jump on you and just harass you down underneath the tower, and Jace is just going to have a way of time against the team. He's going to poke so many people down. It's going to be insane.
That's one of the Aatrox's most acceptable things, is he doesn't like being poked at all. Being poked at Aatrox is not a fun thing, because yes, you can restore health, but if you're getting poked from behind your minions, so you can't get to your minions to restore health, you're very reliant on attacking their minions to get the lifesteal, so basically you'll be buggered if you don't get the health.
Yeah, you really need to make sure on the Aatrox you build a book first, and then go into something like then go start getting HP. But you really need that Bork, because if you don't get the Bork, you're not going to be attacking quickly, nor are you going to be attacking as for long, because you're obviously going to be sat there dying to poke and stuff.
Yeah. So skin war. Oh dear, I really well, that's an easy win. 4 skins to no skins going right there. I'll throw poop at you, as the team is called. It's not a good team to cast for. It's not fun.
It sounds like a threat when you say, like if something goes wrong, you say, throw poop at you. That's like almost like kind of, it's very like passive aggressive. But going on to the skin war, definitely a one-sided thing. You got 2 relatively recently released skins of Ruin Wars Renekton, Debonair Jace, but you have 2 relatively old ones of Mafia, Graves, and Pentakill Sona. So, and the reason why it's so one-sided is because the MC team, I do believe, I'll check that now before looking like an idiot. Mercats, no skins at all. So, it may be skins equals skill, it may be skins equals just for just for looking good. We'll see what happens when this game goes through. But
equals skins means you have money to spare. I mean, come on. These guys just might be like, well, I just bought Aatrox. I don't want to spend my money on a skin. Nah, balls to that. I mean, the skin looks gorgeous and everything. Just to got Aatrox looks really, really nice, but I don't want to spend the money.
Aatrox's release skin, honestly, from Riot, such good work. They did an amazing job with that.
Yeah, they did. Right. So put you up there.
Right, so level 1, any invades, what do we think?
I am not sure about this one, actually. I would have thought there would have been... I don't know, actually. There's not any... They don't have that hard of a CC at level 1. Both teams don't. But, however, Lulu is on MC's team, so you know what Lulu's like. Lulu's secretly a psychopath, so we all know this. So I reckon...
Oh yeah, she's one of these people who's just right until the last minute when she just like turns and you're like, oh god, the scariest thing to ever exist. That small girl who just turns on you. That's just evil.
Alright, so typical item pickups. Aatrox picked up a Rejuvenation Bead, a Ward, and some pots. Not a surprise on that one. It's a typical sort. It's the sort I normally end up running with. I love the sustainability on it. It really helps out. Some pings going down. I reckon there's just going to be getting the wards into the jungle, getting the vision presence. Yeah, there you go. I think that's the Explorer ward in that jungle there. Is it? Let's see.
Bugging out, go. Is that on your screen as well, or is she just on my screen, just proper bugging out?
I think she's just on your screen, mate. She's just stood in the bush for me, chilling out. But
see, now I look like a retard. I look like an absolute person. I apologise for that. She was just like jumping around inside the bush, proper going mental. There must have been just been me, my client bugging out. So
I think there might be a switch on lanes here because the the Aatrox, the Nasus, and the Fizz are moving around to... Yep, we're going to see Caitlyn and Lulu on the top lane here versus the Renekton. It's going to be 2v1 on top. They're going to try and push this tower extremely quickly, I would have thought. And, you know, just get the pressure down and then swap the lanes back over to prevent even more pushing power. Aatrox, I've not seen him 2v1 before. I don't know how he does it, but maybe he will be able to do it with his innate sustain because it's absolutely insane of how great it is.
It depends if you can get those auto attacks off, because if you can't get those autos off, you're not going to get sustained. So it's going to be interesting how he does it. In theory, Renekton's the better 2v1er because he can sustain himself no problem. We've seen Dyrus do it a lot, where he just goes 2v1, he gets like 20 farm at 10 minutes, and still somehow has a giant spell at the end of it. That type of thing, where it's like. But yeah, we're going to get towers so quick in this one. You normally see the reverse lane swap of like the Graves and the Sona going up top. But for some reason, they've changed it around. Maybe they just thought that the Lulu and the Caitlyn could do a better job versus Renekton than Graves and Sona. Graves is very much a mid-range champion, therefore, in theory, he shouldn't be too... he'll do well in 2v1 because it's 2v1, but he shouldn't do as well as someone as Caitlyn who can harass from far and stay safe.
Yeah. So, some general poke getting straight back and forth. Aatrox taking a lot of it, though, but because of Aatrox's ability on his W, mainly that... Well, there's actually an engagement going on the mid lane here, taking a bit of damage from the Nasus here. So, basically, I'm going to see a lot of aggression trading around the mid lane area, especially, because that's the only 1v1 lane on the map. So, I'm expecting a lot of aggression getting traded around there, especially with the junglers going around to help. But, also, the top lane, as much as it is a distant island, now has 3 people on it. So, you know,
It's going to be a 3-way gank up top as well.
yeah, it does. Let's see what happens here. It looks like Zac and Renekton have to defend the tower here versus Nasus, Lulu, and Caitlyn. So, see what happens here, because I think
this is something else.
yeah, I think this might be a tower here. This actually might be a tower this early on.
If we look at bot tower as well, that's getting ridiculously low. It's lower than the top, like the one with the most poke in it, so that really is surprising. But the champion on.
Oh, there's an engagement going on in the mid lane. The ignite goes onto the Jace. The Jace is going to continue to punt the Fizz. The Fizz is going to use his E to offensively to help on the Jace. The Jace is going to drop extremely low. Barrier comes out from the Fizz. The Fizz gets first blood on the Jace. Well played to Fizz there with the barrier. Clutch barrier from Fizz. Really saving her ass there. Well, his ass. I always mistake Fizz for a girl. Top lane tower actually gets taken in the process of that as well. So, MC building up a bit of a lead. A tower in first blood. Not bad.
What we have to point out is the fact that Jace actually had barrier at that point. He either forgot to do it, or he just didn't think it was worth using barrier. Because barrier was on such a low cooldown.
Zac is going to jump into 3 people here. Zac is going to take a lot of damage, knocking Lulu down very low from the tower. Nas is also coming in very low from the tower. I think they were going to try and take the second tower there. Maybe just attempting to basically continue from their momentum, continue to take towers. Bot lane tower gets taken by Graves and Sona, however. Aatrox, like we said, we knew the towers were going to be taken. We knew that it's just going to be a very rushed tower game. So I really like these kind of games, because these games are the most aggressive of them all. They're the best to cast. And also it's the best for interrupting you mid-sentence.
I know, right? Like, you're like trying to talk off this of like a fight that went down. What was it? It was Biz versus Jace. A fight went down there, and I was like, okay, now I get to put in my point. Then suddenly a fight went down bot, and then the fight went on top. It's like, it took me a good 2 minutes to try and explain what has gone on between the Fizz and the Jace. Like, it took me like 2 minutes to say, oh, by the way, Jace probably could have lived that. But at that point, everyone's probably seen it and thought, why have they done it? But honestly, that's what makes games like these such amazing things to cast. Amateur tournaments like this are so fun for like play-by-play, because you can say exactly what's going on whilst
Pin's actually going down on Dragon here. So I reckon, is it going to be, an early Dragon coming out by MC here. Basically going to pull all 5 members of the team down to the Dragon area. Going to be a bit of a standoff. Will there be an engagement? There goes the Shark, lands on Jace. Jace is going to drop very low. Jace is going to die here. Will he die? There goes the barrier, absorbing the Sandstone Staff. However, he's going to get killed from the Aatrox jumping on his head. So,
which was quite surprising there. Aatrox, I want to say did this on purpose, but you never know. He was actually being chunked down at that point. He needed to escape. He either did that by accident and somehow came across a kill, or that was just very well timed, taking the amount of damage.
So they're going to contest the Dragon here. Zac jumps right in. Oh, he's going to try and smite Sailor, but Nasa secures it with the smite. Lulu so goes to the entire team. However, Caitlyn's managed to get herself segmented off. The flash comes out from Caitlyn. However, Renekton's going to follow through. Will he be able to get landed slice and dice, landed a stun? Let's see how this turns out. Caitlyn puts down the trap. It misses. There goes the stun from Renekton. There goes the Cuddle Meek, and that's the end of Caitlyn.
Getting a kill with smokescreen. Not often you see that every day if you're an AP Graves, but that was very well played by both teams, because they just managed to outsmite Zac through a jump.
There goes. Ooh, I was expecting engagement there. Oh, the Renekton goes down the corner. He's going to go in. He's going to land a stun on Lulu. She's going to drop extremely low. And the Jace. Oh, come on, no! Interrupt it. Yeah, well done. Okay, now the Lulu's just going to be able to eat away. Oh, damn it. Freaking hell, I was expecting them. Oh, wait, don't recall there. What are you doing? Oh, God, you don't. It's
going to be one of those games where it's going to be basically you talking and me just trying to get like a word in edgeways. It's been like, oh yeah, like he did really well to outsmite it. There's something a team that happened. It's like, no, still got more stuff to say. It's going to be like, oh, it's going to be one of those games. But I'm trying to get my word across now. The fact that during that team fight, the Nasus managed to outsmite a almost like a flyby from, or drive-by from Zac, which is really well played and timing that perfectly. But also, they managed to chase down Kate through flash and through slows. So that was extra well played by, what is it? It is going to throw a poo on you.
Yes, it is.
It's so awkward to say over now. It's going to be so bad after a while.
Yeah, it is. Why? Why did you make our caster's job hard? Don't do this.
Yeah, it was like I like really fun and like entertainment like names. Like last game or last tournament, there was a team called Haunting Guys, spelled Guise, and that gave me a laugh. But like team names like this, it's like it's funny, and then it starts like when the casters have to do it over and over again. Like that was well played by Gonna Throw Poo on you. It kind of gets awkward for the casters.
Yeah, it does. A little bit awkward, not a lot, just a little bit. Just checking the UI, see if everything's in ship shape. So basically, we have seen a very aggressive game coming out here. Once again, Renekton getting a whiffer on him. He's going to be able to slice and dice away from it though. Aatrox missing his jump on a whiffer to Renekton. However, he did get dashed out of the way of. So I don't know what to think of that one. Then I think the Aatrox either just like missed his jump out of just pure the inability to land it, or maybe it's just that he got thrown off pretty hard by the slice. However, the Aatrox is going to get jumped on here. There goes the stun. He's going to get jumped in, and he pops Massacre his ultimate. He's going to try and jump, but gets interrupted by the Zax's ultimate there. Flash goes out by Aatrox. Will he be able to get away? There goes the 40% slow from the dual blades, and he's going to drown. Yeah, that's the end of Aatrox.
Because we've not seen an Aatrox in professional games, the kind of way you've been in, especially in 2v1s, is very much up in the air. This Aatrox went for a max E, therefore he needs like get CS at range. That's pretty.
Oh, the ult goes out by Sona, dropping Lulu, and yep, Caitlyn's gonna drop here. There goes the smoke screen, and Sona picks up the kill with a Q. Scumbag Sona picking up all the kills. It was the same way last game, and it's the same way this game. Freaking Scumbag Sona.
Sona is very renowned for stealing kills. The fact she's got a Q which is automatically does that. But going back onto the Aatrox thing, it's really interesting to see how. Oh, never mind.
And Fizz Zac gets jumped on by Fizz. The E gets jumped on. However, Jace's gonna jump on him, Qing and Eing, and there we go. He's gonna drop very, very low. He hops into the bush, LOSing the Jace out, and the E goes out with a Fizz. But Fizz is gonna drop ever so low. And will she die from this, or will she be able? Yeah, he got away. He got away. I would have accepted a bit more of a follow-up from that, but no. This Fizz does not give a damn. He wants to go. He wants to jump in on your face. He doesn't give a damn. He'll use his E offensively because he's Fizz. Oh God, that was beautiful. Oh no, he's dead.
Oh God, that was beautiful. Oh no, never mind, he's dead.
It was a nice dodge. I'll give him that. He dodged his shock blast. It was a lovely dodge, but then he just got a buckshot to the back of the head, and it was like, well, that's the end of you, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Fizz is one of those Fizz to be a very dodgy character, jumping around everywhere. But there's only a few things you can dodge: a Graves, flashing into you, E into you, and then buckshotting you. You're not gonna dodge that after you just dodge a shockwave. You can't have to take that to the head and be like, yeah, okay, that really sucked. Oh well.
I must say this game has been a very back and forth. These are the type of games that you really enjoy casting, mainly because it's so back and forth and there's so much action going on. Well, I enjoy casting it. You must really hate it because you don't get to get a word in edgeways.
No, you really don't. It's like, for example, I was trying to talk about Aatrox. I don't think I've got up to cross, but I kind of think people understood about it. But for example, I tried to talk about Aatrox, and then some fight went down bot. All right, back to Aatrox. Oh no, there's a fight round race. You know what? Give up. You can. You guys can get the gist of it. I'll get through the big main team fights. There's some things if I can get to, I'll get to. But all these fighting going on, honestly, it's probably better if I try and leave my complicated stuff out of it whilst the main points get done, which is makes for a better stream, because obviously you don't want me trying to talk over you, which is definitely a
big no-no. But I noticed that the Zac has actually leveled up his elastic slingshot right there, allowing him to actually get the very long range that it's very, known for. Because if that guy can jump all the Dragon Pit, it's going to be a scary thing for you. They actually know they're going to go for Dragon Heal. So I wonder how I'm going to throw Pooh and he's going to react to this. There's actually going to be a TP coming down there. Nasa's popping his ultimate. The Sona ult goes down. The Fizzle gets knocked into there. There goes the knockups by Zac. Zac's going to go to town in there, and Graves is going to be able to pick up both of the kills. Really nice, basic bread and butter team fight right there. With the AD carry sitting in the back, with everybody else being able to cover his back and peel for him.
That's probably one of the main things I love about this game. Waking up from a very peaceful lane phase, suddenly a huge explosion of fighting. I'm going to try and digress whilst they're going to try and fight, so hopefully...
Fizz is actually going to jump in on the net. What are you doing, Fizz? You madman! Whoa, that's...
this Fizz is absolutely mental. He wants to try and get as much aggression as he can. The fact he knows I'm trying to cast and trying to go through the team fight is like, nah, I'm not gonna let you talk. Let's get Jack over and finish this over with. But yeah, back onto the team fight. It was just an arrangement of knockups. Honestly, at one point I thought that Mercats had it because they had so much CC and so much like knockups going on at one point, and then suddenly Graves joined the team fight, and then that was it. Graves just stood back, just did so much damage, whilst Jace was like, he was in the team fight, but he was kind of like in and out, and Renekton did an amazing teleport, definitely talking to his team going, okay, Dragon's up, we need to make sure we can fight that. Then as soon as the team fight started, as soon as one bit of aggression happened, he was like, yes, I need to fight, I need to be there. So he made sure to teleport down. Definitely, I wouldn't say an MVP of that fight, but if he didn't do that, it was definitely one of those moments where you could have thought that team fight could have gone better. And luckily for him, he knew what to do, got there in time, managed to get the kills and assist down where he needed to, won the team fight. The Dragon was taken by Sona, which was why it's even more of a win for I'm going to throw a poo at you.
Yeah. So, basically, by looking at item builds right now, Aatrox has picked himself up double daggers and a brutalizer. I think the Aatrox is going to go straight for a stinker for those double daggers, because if you were going to go straight into a Bork, you would have got the Bilgewater Cutlass straight away. Simple as that. And Renekton going straight in for a giant spell. So, you know what Renekton's like, he has damage even though he has bulk. So, basically, the best way to build Renekton is to rush a Sunfire Escape, because it's crazy. It stacks so well with your ultimate, it just works perfectly with Renekton.
Yeah, because you've got two ultimates in theory. You can just jump into a team fight, your ultimate. You've got about 40, 44, 45, depends on what level on the ultimate, always going around. As well as 40 damage.
Fizz is actually going to catch out Sonya with the ultimate there. Going to drop it very low. He's going to try and dodge the Zac, and the Sonya ultimate comes out on the Fizz. Fizz hasn't got an E to escape when the barrier gets popped. Actually, he does. I think he's actually, yeah, he's been ranking up that E. He's been evenly ranking up his E and his Q, so he's got the lower CD on his E, so he can escape and engage whenever he likes. Very smart plays by this Fizz.
The Sona, not joking, she lived on 15 HP. That was honestly nail-biting for her. If she didn't have a heal leveled up or had that active, she would have dropped right there. I am so surprised she didn't die. And I'm still surprised that Fizz didn't die as well. That was, like, you need to level up E on Fizz rather than other things, because that, like, you can jump on your staff, like, every 5 to 7 seconds. That's really good for dodging things, or generally just being a nuisance.
Yeah, you become a bit of an annoyance when that happens, because you just can't hit them. Simple as that.
Especially when you're like a Caitlyn or like a Karthus, like both challenge your ults, Caitlyn misses, then Karthus misses because of that E. Such an annoying champ, especially when they're like so close to death, and they were like 7 kills up, and if you kill them you get 500 gold and you get a really good kill.
Will Fizz get caught out here? There's actually going to be, well, they're going to converge on the red lane here. I'm going to throw people news at, may actually end up taking the tower here. It depends what happens. This Fizz is going to keep on displacing himself around the map, because he can basically do this. He can just press E, and he can go over a wall and it's back up in 5 seconds, because he also has a blue buff for the CD reduction. Once again, skidding out the way of anything that tries to hit them. It's really nice mobility. Renekton scaring the Aatrox silly with that slice then. Although, to be fair, I heard the noise. Yes. I think it mixed in with Aatrox C and it made me scared. It sounded just like...
Aatrox is definitely a interesting pick, because, as you said, we've not seen many pro players pick him. We've not seen any competitive at all, because obviously he's not been out for long. So very much how you build him is very much up in the air, and no one really knows. So, it's...
Aatrox actually going to duel Renekton here. Renekton and Aatrox. It's a low damage duel. Both of them popping their steroids there. Aatrox is going to jump away. He's got his blood pool up. He's going to flash away from that called the Meek. And he's going to be able to land the slow right there. He's managing to get out on a little bit of health. However, Aatrox was never truly in danger, because he could actually just delay his cooldown to back up to jump again. Well, to be fair, if Renekton timed it right, he could stun him. So, it's a massive what-if situation, that is. But they just duelled. Both had barely any damage each. Walked off. Both of them walked off, and Renekton coming out on top.
Yeah, Aatrox has no damage apart from Brutalizer. He has no... if he wants to fight the Renekton, you need that max HP like damage, because if you don't get that, you're not going to do any damage, because you've got attack speed, but you've got nothing to put behind it. You've got attack speed of like, you're doing 70 damage, because he's got his Campfire Cape. honestly going to do nothing really to him. So that fight was obviously going to go one way, but looks like Aatrox was kind of like, okay, I've done my farming. I just want to see what I can do. It could be like kind of just testing the waters, so he knows that he needs to get the damage, and especially the Bork, because Bork on Aatrox is very good, because obviously it fits his attack speed, and even more lifesteal, and as well as him being a melee carry, for example, like Tryndamere and Fiora, he can carry a team. Probably not one of the best people to carry a team, personally, but I'm pretty sure he can do a good job of it, and hopefully this game will be able to prove to other people that he can do it really well.
Yeah, well, it's all an amateur tournament, so it's like, well, the waters are fairly on. Well, basically, these are basically untouched waters because Aatrox, like he said, hasn't been seen in any form of professional play. So, could be any form of interesting builds we could get thrown out of it. For example, I played AP Aatrox in that AVAM today. It was quite fun. My E started hurting you eventually. Jay's actually good at...
surprisingly good. Because his E has like a 70% ratio, while his ultimate has a 1-to-1. Personally, that's a really good AP ratio for a champion that's meant to be an AD like an a melee really AD carry.
Yeah, I was a bit curious about that when they put that in there. I think it was just more to balance out his damage on his E to make it just not make people not think it's just it's just for the slow. It's completely useless otherwise. It's kind of like what he did with Quinn. He ended up making her scale a little bit off AP, giving that scaling. So Fizz actually going to engage here on the Renekton. The stun comes down. The slice and dice away. So if Fizz wanted to, she could have thrown the shark. Could have knocked him up. Would have been a good time. Zac actually going to jump in right here, knocking into there, getting with it and backing off. There's a lot of like going in and then backing off in this game now. It's more of a, like we said, it's a back and forth style game. They're going to try and get towers and push out. It's going to be more about the objectives now than actually claiming the kills. Considering that I'm going to...
side, I'm kind of... Sorry, on the objective side, it's kind of... I want to say even, but because of the gold advantage that I'm going to throw Purdy has, it's definitely going to go on their side, because they've got the Jace, who everyone knows Jace is going to be a bully. Of course, they got a dive on the Zac and a Renekton. And Graves is actually probably one of the most durable AD carries out there, since his passive just allows him to do whatever he wants. Just jump in there and be like, yeah, I'm going to do damage, I'm going to stay alive doing it.
Yep, and they just managed to pick up a dragon from it as well. Which basically means, there we go, free gold. So, Renekton getting dived under the tower here. He doesn't give a damn. Look at him just fight them off. He's got the Grievous Wounds on him though, so he won't be able to get the epic lifesteals. There goes the with it onto Jace. Jace is going to fall back with a shot blast accelerated gate combo. Jace is going to go in with the buckshot ultimate combo. Gets dodged by Fizz. Fizz is going to back away from that. More shot blast going out. They got such a good chase team here for the acceleration gate shot blast combo. Dodges out the Blade of Torment, and is he going to be able to catch a Caitlyn? There goes the accelerated gate shock blast again. He's going to go in with his range side. He's going to back off into the bush. Fizz is going to E into him. He's going to get knocked away by the Jace's thundering blow. Zac jumps in with his jump, and there goes the make it bounce by Jack, and he's just going to go crazy. I said Jack, not Zac. That was bad. But basically, yeah, they're just getting melted away from that. Very nice initiation by Zac. Zac's going to do elastic slingshot again. There goes the slow from Zac, and he's going to be able to just use his W and keep them zoned away from that tower while his team takes it.
I'm going to throw Pooch. He has such a good chasing composition. It's insane how quickly he died. I'm surprised Chase didn't have like tier 3 or tier 5 boots. He just kept on them for so long, managed to pop stance as much as he could, getting the speed gate up. He just stayed there, being such a nuisance for so long, to the point where Zac could catch up and then just obliterate them. It was honestly probably one of the spectacular chases I've ever seen, just keeping them there and doing, like, being such a pain to them. It's honestly, it's nice to see such play like this. Like, Jace at the moment in OGN is everywhere, because he's so powerful, along with Kennen. And it's nice to see that the Europeans are picking him up, even at like, this low level, or this amateur level play, because obviously Jace is picked for a reason, and it's nice to see like people proving why he's been picked, not just because the pros are it. Like, people can actually play him well. It's really nice for that for amateurs to actually see that, and to like say, okay, they're doing it for a reason. Let's try it out. This is good. We'll try it in a tournament game, and let's do it for quite well. He's got he's got 2 kills with 5 assists. Well, obviously Graves has the most, but still, you can still see that he's been a part of a lot of the team fight. Not all of them, still of the majority, which is really nice for definitely for a middler.
Yeah, basically because of the way Jace is, he can go in any form of a lane. He can go top, mid. He can even just 2v1 bot because of how the range his accelerated gate shot blast combo has. How crazy it is! It means that he's unpredictable, and he's picked because of the ridiculous damage he can do while poking. But the thing is, the meta changes every patch. People don't see it change, but it changes slightly every patch. It's impossible not to, because of how the champions actually get changed and nerfed and buffed and all that sort of stuff. Oh my god, the shock actually lands for Fizz there, and the Caitlyn snipe, and the Fizz is just gonna slam on top of the Graves' head.
It's kind of questionable why Graves did that, because he had no wards, and Fizz was off the map. Yes, it was a low chance of him being there, but that low chance was correct. So I wouldn't say it was a bad call by Graves, but I'd say it was a call which could have probably been played safer. They have huge advantage, yes, but still, it's definitely one to question.
I think he got a bit too overconfident with himself there.
Oh, definitely with 7 kills. Who wouldn't, as like an AD carry Graves? You really, like, you've got the kills, you've got the CS, you've got the items. You might as well.
Yeah,
and then like Fizz comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's the thing. You always have to keep. Just don't when you may be in the lead, but just don't mess around. Don't think like, oh yeah, we got this one, so I can just mess around and 1v1 anyone I like, because people don't honour things like 1v1s. This game isn't a game to 1v1 and boost your ego in. This is a game to team fighting. This is all about your objectives and team fighting, pushing the momentum. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's like when you play solo lanes like in mid and you lose lane, but you win the game, and they're like, oh, I lost, I beat you in lane, I'm better. You're like, yeah, you're a better laner, but me and my team were the better people at the time, therefore we won. That's what it counts. You don't win the lane, you don't win the game by winning the lane unless you're playing the 1v1 map, which is soon to come out. Well, through well, it's meant to come out soon, but until then, you're meant to play as a team. So you really have to respect the fact that
Zach is going to jump into Caitlyn. However, Caitlyn's just going to 50 caliber net away, and the Sonic Blast acceleration gate comes out again, dropping Lulu low. Jay's actually picking up the Black Cleaver there, making him exceptionally strong. You can just reduce like any people's armor from more of a range than what Graves can, basically. I just love.
Graves is fight, they can have like no armor, which is
I love the fact that Zach has leveled up his 8. The elastic slingshot at max range is just so far. It's enjoyable to watch.
You can just see him like from the corner of the screen. Like I can see something green sliding back a bit, something out of nowhere. The huge green blob just comes flying in. It's so scary to see.
Yeah, especially when he when he has his let's bounce up, because he can just jump into you, and that's it. You're not getting out of that.
Been knocked up a few times as well. You've been knocked from his E, and you also be knocked up from his ult. That's a lot of DC which you can't really control. See, what is it?
Zach is actually going to jump onto Fizz. Fizz is going to E away. However, Fizz is going to walk right into Graves. Will Graves be able to do something here? He pops out his smoke bomb. He's going to kite Fizz around. Sona's going to come around the corner, pop in. Will she be able to pop a Q? She pops a power code going along with it. Fizz is going to pop his ultimate. Exhaust goes on down on Fizz. Sona flashes away, being able to stay alive throughout this fight. By the skin of her teeth, again, she meets with Fizz and gets out on bugger all health. Oh.
29 HP. Has 9 more HP or Mafia so than before. She is getting, I wouldn't say lucky, but she's getting very, very, very calculated HPs out of end up fighting them. Honestly, again, I would have thought you've been caught by Fizz, you're dead. Fizz doesn't have the damage. He needs a Rabadon. He needs that Rabadon, so he needs his Zonyas and as quick as he can. He can't really kill anyone. If you can't kill the support as an AP carry pretty instantly, you kind of need a lot more damage, either through farm or kills. But if you can't kill anyone, you kind of got to focus on that farm.
Yeah, of course you do, because basically you don't get any farm, you don't get your items, you don't get anything that you can burst people down with. Rabadon's death cap will probably be his next buy, because then he can actually put down some really heavy damage using the Rabadons. But I'm really curious on seeing what direction the Jace continues to go in, because he's got his Mirror Mana, he's got his Black Cleaver. Where's he going to go from here?
The most logical thing would either pick up a defensive item like a Randuin's, or maybe Spirit Visage if you want to do something like that, or you can go and do something like a...
It's actually going to be a Baron taken here from I'm going to throw poop at you. Jay's picking up the Oracle's Elixir, being able to help his team here, being able to clear out them wards from Baron Pit. Really, just it's all around a lot better when you can do that, because then they don't have any idea of where you are. They don't have any idea what you're doing. They're actually going to bait the Baron out here. They're going to be able to sit in the bush. Sona's going to walk into the warded bush there, though, so they're going to be able to see that she's in there. So what are they going to pull off from this? Aatrox puts out his Blaze of Torment over the wall. They could have actually used the element of surprise to jump on Sona's head from behind. Fizz lands the fish there. Zac will be able to knock back the fish from actually engaging in on the Jace there. Really, that completely ruined Fizz's engagement.
Yeah, it's nice to see those. People would call them bugs, but they're really just like mechanical things in the game where Fizz Shark isn't impossible terrain. It's been coded like that. It's been coded as like a trundle pillar or a Nivea wall. So it's obvious that if it comes in the way instantly, you're going to be stopped by it, and it's just proven there that you can be stopped by it. Probably
yep,
not.
And another taking on Baron here. So basically, I'm going to throw people at you once at Baron Nashor. They've taken the Baron Nashor. They're going to go in for the engagement. Sona manages to land the Sona even though she was with him. Aatrox going to jump into the back line and say, pop him Massacre. He's going to be able to get, once again, a knock-up comes out from Lulu. I'm going to throw people at you dropping extremely low from this fight. However, they're pulling out the advantage, keeping Graves in the back line and Jace in the back line there. Graves going to move around, pick up the kill on Lulu. Graves continues in on the Caitlyn. There goes another hit from the Graves. Will be able to drop her low. Misses the buckshot. Will Zac be able to... Yep, he's just going to smack her in the back of the head.
That team fight was honestly so well by, I'm going to throw a poo at you. They managed to get vision on the Nasus, and yes, they focused on Nasus, but Nasus doesn't have any armor now. Well, he does have armor, but he doesn't have enough like, to tank a team fight. They knew if they could chunk Nasus down and then focus their attention on their carries, they could easily win that. And it was proven by the fact that Graves actually quick draws or flashed over the wall to get away from people, and then auto-attack outside where no one can get to him because Fizz was too busy. Aatrox already used his Q to go in. Caitlyn can't go over, but she can auto-attack him. Nasus can't do anything, he's been too busy jumped. And Lulu does not want to fight Graves 1v1, so he was fine to sit on there, and as soon as he knew he could jump in there without being punished, he jumped in there and picked up loads of kills, or say loads, he picked up 2 for himself, but still, 2 kills at this point in the game, that's crucial because you've got 2 people down, therefore you can take advantages. You've taken 2 towers already. That's already 300 gold. That's basically some more Baron gold. You're going to increase, and at the moment, they're sitting at a 10k gold advantage. At this point in the game, that's a lot of gold.
Yes, of course it is. The towers, the dragons, and the Baron Nashor now is just piling on that gold. They're going to be able to build on this lead, and they won't be stopping with it. By the looks of things, I'm going to throw people at you. Is in the line to win this game, but anything could happen in a team fight. Anything at all. We could end up with MC pulling back here and actually winning this game. So depends what happens, because they're gonna have to wait out the Baron buff now. Because if they don't, they're gonna lose another fight. The Baron buff regen combined with the Baron buff to your. Does it also buff your AD as well? As I remember buffing AD and AP.
It buffs health and mana and AD and AP. Yeah, so it buffs everything apart from regen of energy. Energy regeneration. There we go. Well, as one thing which I've just noticed. Well, I was going to say about how Jace is going to have to go for Randuin's Omen. If we pay attention to Renekton, Zac, and Jace,
they've got Warden's Mail. So if they're all going for Randuin's Omen, that team fight is going to be even deadlier. Them AoE slows are going to really hurt. Let's put it that way. They stat these AoE slows correctly, where they stat the timers perfectly. So one AoE slow goes down, and then as soon as that slow wears off, the next one goes down. As soon as that slow wears off, the next one goes down. It's going to be a good time. Let's put it that way. It'll be a really good time for them, because the enemy team won't be able to move at full speed at all. And it will. I'm going to feel people you will have a really good time in team fights with this.
Main thing which I'm worried about is Caitlyn and Fizz are the only really source of damage, and obviously Aatrox relies on attack speed, and crit. Fizz doesn't need attack speed, but still it's annoying to have an attack speed slow because he really does rely on auto attacks. But if you have 3 people with Randuins, you have to focus the squishies to kill them. But the squishies are hard enough to kill anyway. How is Caitlyn meant to do any damage? She can't right-click anyone because Razo's Omen is just going to absolutely mess with her. Because she can't attack anyone that quickly. She tries to attack Jace, one of the carries. She can't do it. She tries to attack Zac because he's on top of her. Can't do it. You try to attack Rex, sorry. You probably don't want to be doing it, but sometimes you just have to hit the closest thing to you. Otherwise, you can do no damage at all. The only people who she can really hit are Sona and Graves. And Graves, you don't want to fight because he's 10-1 with like 250 CS. You don't go near him. He's got his Infinity Edge and his Infinity Edge, PD, and T. That's it. You don't want to go near him. And Sona. Why would you focus your attention on Sona? Because she's going to heal herself up, and that's going to be some, I wouldn't say wasted CC, but that could be CC that could be better placed on other people.
Yeah, I think the fact that they have such a heavy disengage off the Jace, mainly because Jace can just go, okay, I've got an acceleration gate, we can either engage on it, or we can disengage on it, down to you guys. Okay, we want to disengage, let's just run away. Oh, Sona, if you pick up a Shurelya's, we're going to have to stat these disengage and disengage to ridiculous levels, because I'm going to go acceleration gate go, and you're going to go, okay, the acceleration gate ran out, okay, let's go, you know, Shurelya's, okay, there we go. We're able to like run at maximum speed for a very long time. Not even going to be slow by anything, because Aatrox has to be very good at aiming to land his E, because the way it aims is it starts as 2 blades and it slowly curves into being 1. So you have to be able to aim it correctly, otherwise you're just going to miss every single time. It's not just a typical Lionel skill shot, as much as I wish it was, because it'd be a lot easier to hit.
One thing which is a very interesting fact that you said about engages, you've got the Jace flick stances, you've then got the acceleration gate, and then you've got the I want to say E from Sona, the one that speeds everyone up.
Yeah.
And the Shurelya's. You can possibly, everyone could be running around about 600 move speed, not including the insane engagement they've already on the Zac. Honestly, if you get caught out, you're probably going to die, and so the rest of your team. So it's honestly, they ain't trying to turtle as much as you can, but at this point, Jace wants you to turtle. You're just free hits.
Zac is actually going to be able to jump onto this tower here. They're going to be able to take this tower with minimal resistance. Are they going to continue from the tower? Yes, they are. They're going to take the inhibitor from this. Will they back off from the inhibitor, or will they force a fight out of the team? Yeah, they're going to back off from the inhibitor here. I think they're going to start maybe pushing some other towers, or taking care of that split push in Fizz, because you don't want to Fizz that split pushes. It's not fun. Yep, they're actually going to take the tower here without minion cover. They're just going to straight up take the tower. Sona tanking it for some reason, like a man. You do that, Sona. You do that.
He's lost half her HP. Obviously not the thing. And now Graves is doing it. Tower, what are you doing? They're
Tower.
actually going to leave it.
Why are you not focused back? Actually, they're going to be able to jump in right on Nasus' head. Nasus blows up immediately. Graves is going to get sniped out by Caitlyn, however. Fizz is going to be able to keep up the back line. Knock up from Lulu manages to land. Aatrox dropping extremely low from this. He has to blow people up, but not much of it. Jonya's coming out there by Fizz. Fizz is going to drop immediately, though. As soon as he gets out of Jonya's, Jace's hammer is going to get met with that head.
At last, Sona died to an engagement by Fizz. At last did him, unfortunately.
And Zac manages to engage onto the Lulu, picking up another kill. This is very one-sided at the moment. The barrier coming out by Caitlyn a little bit early. I would have gone for the more, if the Graves went really all in, I would have popped the barrier, but I don't think the Graves was planning to go all in at all. I really don't.
At that point, Graves could probably do it, and yeah, he'd probably die. But once again, it probably just boosted his ego. But honestly, it's good that he did that, because obviously you don't want to lose your. You've got 11 kills. You've got quite a good bouncy on your head. You want to try and keep. Look at the 4th random zonement of the game has picked up on Graves.
Oh god.
Who is Caitlyn meant to focus now? She can't focus anyone apart from Sona.
They have really gone for shutting down the Aatrox. They really have. Both the Aatrox and Caitlyn have been completely shut down by this team. You can't do anything. If you hit them, your attack speed is going to be slowed. It's like fighting a dragon one-on-one. Getting that attack speed slow debuff on you is the most devastating thing as a jungler.
Oh, one thing we're going to notice is the fact that Fizz relies on killing someone. like instantly. That's what he does. If Fizz
So
can't
basically,
do
they
what
just
he
took Baron. They're going to take the engagement of the Baron. Lulu's going to whimsy away. The Wither's going to come out by Nasus. Jason's going to be switched to his cannon mode. He's going to pop the acceleration gate. Once again, the hammer comes out for Jace. Jace knocks her away a little bit. Zac manages to jump in, but she flashes away like a little bit. The acceleration gate coming out again. That thing's got such a low cooldown. What the hell? Aren't they meant to be fixing that at some point? Bloody hell. Or have they already decided to fix it and it's just still got low CD because he's got a blue buff?
Yeah, Jace is so good at the moment. Is that going to go in? Nope, the minions.
Is this going to be... Are they going to actually fight over this next tier? Fizz is actually going to go in, E away out of the fight, however, and Aatrox E's going to come out for a bit of poke. Jace is going to like come back around and use his poke as well. I wonder if Jace is actually toggling his mirror mana on and off.
At this point, you don't really toggle it on Jace because all of your abilities that you want to use are all AoE and Mine doesn't affect on that.
I was like, they just tried to kill the Renekton and Renekton just didn't care. He was just like, meh, what is this damage? Why do you try damaging me? Is it effective?
Honestly, at that point, he could dance to 100 HP, go back, split push, and then teleport in and probably still do really well.
And the stun goes out with the Sona. And Sona landing it on Aatrox and Nasus. They're both blowing up really hard there. Aatrox getting knocked into his blood pool. Lulu gonna die there. Aatrox gonna get back up, go back into his spawn. Will he survive this? Massacre getting popped. Aatrox once again getting dropped low. Graves killing him underneath the fountain. They're just killing him under the fountain here. The snipe goes out by Caitlyn, gets absorbed by the Sona, and my antivirus popped up. So that's fun. Scumbag advanced.
Oh, has it popped up?
Yeah, it's alright, we've got the rest of the game. But basically it pops up and load the frame rate of the stream, like just to dreadful levels for a little bit. But GG, bye, I'm going to throw people in you. Really hard to say that in a sentence, but yeah, good game. Very good game. Very enjoyable to watch. One of the more aggressive games we've seen by both teams. Still kept up the aggression. I have to say, was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, the game actually lasted bang on 40 minutes, which is, I suppose you hit like a bang on thing, but definitely MVP of this game is going to have to go to the Graves having 13
to 1. Yeah.
But everyone on that team played so well. The fact that they managed to pick perfectly for their enemies. They knew that Fizz wasn't a huge issue. He couldn't kill Sona, so he was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll just make sure to board versus Caitlyn, and then I should, in theory, be fine. I'll just heal through it. But definitely, Purple Team showing their dominance, having 22 kills to 4 deaths. Very well played by both teams. That game was very enjoyable to listen to because I couldn't really talk to most of it. But still, it's still an enjoyable game. Honestly, watching the Jace poke constantly, it was really enjoyable to see a Jace being played well, especially near the end of it. At the start of it, yeah, it was a bit questionable, especially with the barrier when he could have survived by Fizz. But either way, he pulled it back in the end, and that was very well played by him.